8 a.m. and I'm going to see Thomas. We're going to see his new baby, which is the Boxster Spyder. Now this Boxster Spyder is 981, so it's based on the 981 Boxster. So what I've read is there are similarities with the previous generation, whereby manually operated top, and it has a twin hump deck at the rear, not like totally flat, and the front and the rear fascia is same as the Cayman GT4. The engine is also the same but is slightly detuned. Fun fact, the AC and the radio actually doesn't come with it, but if you want, they can add it for you at no cost. So this is the little that I know about the 991 Boxster Spyder. Can't wait to see it in real life. First time I'm going to see it, and can't wait to, yeah, just understand why. Why did he choose to buy it? Why the Boxster Spyder? Why not just the Boxster? Why? So many why. And of course, you have to drive a drop the top to me. The fellow drop the top. Ah! Welcoming him to the drop the top moment. Ah! Look at it! Oh my gosh! Good morning! I said good morning already. So yeah, obviously when we came, nice sunlight, everything is nice, so we chose to shoot our cars first. I'm always so happy when I see more than one drop the top. And I'm always so happy when I heard a fellow Evo Endurian kena poison with drop the top. So this is his Boxster Spyder. The first time is it a her?
It's a her. Her name is Sienna.
Wow, so fast.
Oh yes.
How do you come up with the name Sienna?
First of all, it's the S word, the spider for an S.
Okay.
But then I wanted to find a name that brings, you know, Sienna is it means old soul as well. It actually means rust, but also means old soul.
In which language?
Rusty. I don't know, but I did some research. But I like the name Sienna because she embodies a 1950s racer, but in a modern setting. She looks relevant today, but the humps and the way you drive in it, you know, very low, and it just makes you feel like a little racer from the 1950s.
Very well thought out already.
Yes,
very well thought out.
You know how much I love now you can see how much I love my cars. Got imaginary, you know.
No, it's good to put meaning behind the
yes.
things. So beautiful.
So I'm the latest recruit into the drop the top cult. Yeah. So ding.
It's so beautiful. Have you done anything to the exterior?
No, not yet. I just got it a couple of weeks ago. So we're fixing up some of the PADM stuff, so it's done already.
Okay,
the only thing I changed the tires.
So explain to us, what's the PADM?
Porsche Active Draw Money Management System. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, even now you thought about it. Very
no,
good.
it's a Porsche Active Damper Management. So apparently, for the Sports Plus mode and the Sport Chrono package, there is a active damper. So when you accelerate hard, the damper will keep the gearbox and the engine straight. You know, so when you roll it, when you corner hard, it keeps the engine straight. So it's a fairly complex system, starting from 911.1 and the Boxster Spyder has it. So every few 50,000 miles it will go.
Okay.
But this car's been sitting in the garage for a while, so eventually it will go lah. It's common among Porsche owners. It's not detrimental. You can still drive the car, just that you don't get the full experience of it.
Okay. Oh, manual some more.
Yes, manual gearbox.
It's
a purist car. It's a 1950s. You feel like, oh, you got a manual gearbox, you got a non-automatic roof, and you got that humps. So you say, oh, I feel like a 1950s racer.
I love it lah. I love the color combination. Combination, the inside, the black and the maroon, and then you can sort of see it through the brake calipers as well.
Yes.
It's red on the brake calipers, so there's a lot of continuity with the entire design, with the aesthetics.
It's exactly the spec that I wanted.
Exactly,
nothing different. You know, the GT Silver, it doesn't do justice. No camera does the GT Silver any justice.
Why GT Silver? Even for me, I would imagine like silver such a meh color.
Yeah, it's a very uncle color.
But you done la 1950s, right?
Yes, but when you see it in person, you know, if you see those 911s, you see those any Porsche with GT Silver, it stands out. You know, and what I like about the silver is that it brings the curves out. It makes it look a bit more curvy.
Do you think you will change the color anytime soon?
No, I will never do it. It's exactly what I wanted. Then the red seats, of course. You know, you got to do the red seats with the red calipers. You know, from far you can see the red. It's like, wow. You know?
I never noticed this. It's like a floating brake light.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's the exact spec I wanted. So when I saw this car, it's very hard for me to tell the age, the sales guy, that I don't want this car. Everything in my face says I love this car.
cannot bargain already.
Yeah, as a salesperson, another salesperson, you look at me, I look at him. Jalat lah, die already.
You know, I know. I cannot say that
you know
I know,
feeling,
but you know.
Right? Yeah, I know you know. It's a silent, I cannot cook anymore.
Mutual understanding, right?
Mutual understanding. Yeah.
Wow, but the humps though.
I know, right?
Under the light. Wow.
It's the
Wow.
GT Silver brings out that, you know, and when
The
you have like a white
curves.
color or you have like a black color, it just hides the curves. But I think one of the most beautiful part of this car is the curves. It's a curvy lady.
And I always liked how they did their tail lights. The sudden change of angle, but they did it so smoothly.
And the ducktail, it looks like it's going into it. So when you turn on the lights, the sunlight is too bright.
Okay, okay.
But at night, right, it just goes. So it's like.
Is this an active spoiler?
Yes, it's active spoiler. Not that I care anyways.
So beautiful. And
know,
these are
right?
real.
I can just ogle this car all day.
What were you telling me just now about the angles? Please do share.
So all my friends met also in Evo Club. His name is Johan, and also I think Ken. Ken. So we sat down there and then we were taking pictures of our car. And then you say, hey, there's no bad angle on this car, right? Then I said, maybe the bottom. Then Ken, who's seen bottom of the cars, he told me, actually the bottom of Porsche also very well sorted. So we concluded the only thing that doesn't look good on this car is when you close your eyes. For me, this is the one car that has been haunting me since 2014.
So beautiful.
Well, 14 then 15 when it launched. 14 the Boxster S.
So beautiful.
Thank you.
It's so beautiful.
It's so surreal. Sometimes I still wake up and I
flat.
go down to my garage and then I look at this car, I'm like, is this my car?
Is this like a dream come true,
It
sort
is.
of?
It is 150%. You know, I've been always told that you know, sports cars are too audacious, you know, don't get the attention, you know, all this and that. But I say, hey, you know, life's too short to like drive boring. For me, there are people who are born to drive, like probably some of you.
Huh?
You know, some of you who are born to drive cars.
I'm sort of on the fence here because I never really believe whether you're truly born to do something or not.
Yeah.
It's how you craft your path in
Yeah.
life.
But
So
if
you
you
crafted
decide-
your path to do this. Yeah, you just decide. And it's a split moment where you decide. You could have just decided, no, I don't want to buy the Boxster Spyder. And
Yeah.
your path will change tremendously
Correct.
without knowing it.
Correct. And for me, I just decided that I just wanted to own this car and drive this car and have a lot of great memories with this car.
That's nice. So, can I mention about your other car?
Can.
Oh, okay. So what about your E30? Like
E30?
How do you decide which car to drive?
That's the first world problem.
Because the thing is, I've never met someone who just bought two unique cars in a go, and both have very different characteristics.
So how do I decide?
Yeah, how
I like
do you
both
decide?
cars. I tell you, the funny thing is that even though I own the Spyder, I jump out of this car, I go to the E30. Oh gosh, I still love the car. It's so fun. So you know, I do have an issue. So the only thing is like, okay lah, you know. Actually, I still don't know how to decide. Actually, I don't know how to decide.
From the weekend lah,
I bring both my keys down and I look left, I look right,
really,
I look left, I look right. Yeah. Okay lah. Maybe I give myself some rational explanation. Oh, it's going to rain. Let me get the E30 out, right? But both are fun cars. Okay, like being said, you know, life is about decisions. I decided that cars are my outlet, and cars are something that makes it just puts a smile on my face. You know, so I thought to myself, well, if I'm going to spend money on cars, even if it's 10 ringgit or 50 ringgit or 1,000 ringgit, doesn't matter what the price I put in, I want to make sure that it gives me joy.
Yes.
You know, it gives me joy. I think I'm pro joy. I'm not pro spending money, I'm not pro saving money, I'm pro joy.
Yeah, so this is what I want to advocate as well. It's not about spending money on the car.
Yeah.
It's the experience that the car brings with
Correct.
you buying the car.
Correct.
And the drop the top experience, wow.
Yeah, I used to be always need to get the better, nicer car, and that kind of, you know, that's how I got my C43-ish. Right,
Okay.
It was fun to drive, but it was kind of driven by that. But then when I let go of that, I realized that, wow, for me, the car experience is for me. It's not for anyone else. It's for me.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. He is one of the first few people that said, hey, thanks for getting into the boot of the C43. Then I got an estimation of how big the boot is.
Yes.
like,
It helps. You know, it's irrelevant. Some people say, oh, it's 600 liters. I'm like, how many milk cartons? But I see a human being inside, I said, okay, I can smuggle some. No, sorry. I mean, I can.
I think it's a very car people thing. I don't know, where you can really just sit here and admire the car the whole day.
Yes.
And you just start noticing the imperfections. But it's not a bad thing to notice the imperfections or perfections. It's preference.
You call it imperfection or you call it part of the beauty.
Yeah.
Every piece of art has imperfection.
True.
There is no perfect art. There are flaws in it, but yet that's what makes an art beautiful.
True. So your manual top,
Yeah.
is it with you now, or do you have to put it at
Yeah, you
home?
can put it down. You want to see?
Yeah.
Alright, gotta do some workout.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna put it down again later because the weather looks nice.
Yeah, man.
So you open, you have to put your
Okay.
seat in and stuff, and then you gotta press the button here. So what happens now?
Oh, you press the button.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you
Release.
open this the butt.
Okay. Oh, release the butt.
It's like cooking.
Holy shit! That mechanism. What?
I know, right? It's a joy to even do it, you know. And sometimes what I do this. I stand on the side. I just look.
Oh my god!
I just look only, because that also is worth looking.
Holy
That's
what?
why we say there's no angle, not nice, right? Then
What?
I go the other side.
I never knew it opened this way.
Use your muscle, okay? So guys or ladies, this is where you train your biceps.
Oh wow!
Okay?
Uh-huh.
And then what
Oh,
you do
this
is,
flap. This
now-
flap.
you close this baby here.
Okay, you close it.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you gotta press this button here to release this. And then, yep, in the box. Oi. In the box.
Wow, this one, if you really drive, then suddenly rain, then you highlight one.
And then once you're done, you come back in.
Yep.
And there's a button here, and then you go.
To complete the process.
Yeah, so now this is done.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful.
Even with the roof up, right?
You still have your plastic wrapped over the spider word
Yes,
here,
I
the
just-
seals.
Yeah, I'm still deciding to remove. I'll probably remove it too. Just got it a couple of weeks ago. So, but even with the roof up,
It's nice,
nice.
it's
so that's why
hot.
we concluded that there's no bad angles in this car. You know?
And you fit the car so well.
Why?
Every angle that I've been videoing of you are like, wow, damn nice, so suitable. Wow, so suitable. It's like you're one with your car. So beautiful.
I know. Thank you.
Holy
Thank you.
shit.
You know, some cars when they drop the top, they look kind of weird.
No?
No, some cars. Let's be honest.
No?
No, come on. I know. Okay, I know I'm part of the cult, but there are some cars when they drop the top, it's like. you know, it's a salon and they throw up drop the top.
Okay,
Right?
I think,
But,
yeah,
but
I
the
think
Miata is built as a drop the top. It
I
looks
think I
nice.
know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's like a sedan's like, hey, why not we make it a convertible? Then
Yeah.
everything just lari
Yeah.
already. Just like,
Let's just remove the roof and charge people more money. Yeah.
I think can, I think
I
can
think can,
four-seater, yes.
Can. But this car, I think it's because like the Boxster is designed with the top. Right?
Yeah. And even your windows, I've never seen the curved windows like this before.
I didn't notice that. Thanks for pointing that out.
That's the thing, you start to notice all these things, you know?
Yeah.
All this little detail that they put into the car.
Yeah.
And you just learn more and more about the car every day. You could have owned it for 10 years and on the 11th year you'll be like, hey, I didn't notice that this was part of my car.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Shall we take her out for a spin?
Yes, we shall do it. Let's
Okay.
now put the roof down.
Oh, put the roof down. Oh.
Now we're gonna do a bit of work.
Oh, so you have to put it in
Yep. You must stroke the right button. You press the button. Cannot. You must press the right button, the right space. See where I cannot find it. Hey, where are you?
spots one,
There you go. Hey. Jialat. Wei Kui. Come on, Sienna. You have to go, okay?
Yeah,
See,
that's
this is a new ownership of this car.
how we really talk to our cars. Like, okay, we have to just pull through, okay? We have to do this.
Yeah. Found it. Thank you. So
that's
this is where a lot of people get intimidated by this car because of the manual roof. But I think it's part of the ownership.
And then you have to... There's no latch inside as well, kan?
There's a latch inside.
Oh, there's a latch
Yeah,
inside?
there's a latch inside.
Okay.
So the previous Boxster, the 987 Spyder, there's known for the latch the roof to fly off in high speed. So they improved the mechanism.
Roof to fly off in high speed.
And 987, the previous generation.
What?
So a lot of people didn't like that. So this is the new improved version.
This angle though, whoosh. Is there a click when you put it down?
Yep.
Okay.
And then finally we are done with this.
Oh, this flap. I love this detail. I don't know whether you noticed on the LC500, there's the flap that opens and closes as well.
Okay, I want to wake up the neighbors, so I'm going to drive gently off. It only comes with manual.
Okay.
And I think it's a purist car lah. A guy who, you know, it's a purist car.
Yeah.
Manual top, manual thing. This is a car that you want to take on road trips like Evo Enduro. Those of you who haven't been, it's an awesome thing. Please join Evo Enduro. Made so much good friends over the 1 year period.
So you were saying that you had always wanted the Boxster S?
Yeah, in 2014 I saw the Boxster S. Actually I never had much eyes for Porsche. 911 was nice, you know, and everything. I was more BMW fan.
Okay.
And then 2012 they launched the Boxster, and I said, it's a pretty darn looking car right now. Because before that they share parts with the 911, right? It's like, ooh, like, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
It looks a bit weird.
Yeah. So it's like you have to put up with like bad looks for good handling, my opinion, right?
Okay.
And then they came up with the 981 Boxster, and it finally looks handsome or pretty, whichever you swing, right? Then 2013 the Cayman came out, pretty nice. 2014 one of my friends owned a Boxster S. I went to her house and she let me drive the car, and then since that day I was haunted by the car. Everywhere I go, if I see a Porsche lights, please make it be a Boxster. You know, Cayenne. Panamera. It's small. 911. It's Cayman. Then it's like, once Boxster come out, since that day I was haunted.
Yeah.
I was swooned by it. The handling is so effortless, and the sound of the engine, like, okay, let me show you. Okay, that's even just the preview only.
Oh my god, more!
Let's go!
I need more!
You see why it's so intoxicating? And then you got this thing, you get to shift your own gear. I don't know if it sees in the camera, but I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
You know about Joy, right?
Passenger also. Oh my god.
Okay.
This one you don't need a radio. This one I didn't come with a radio.
I installed the Bluetooth, everything, but the only thing I use is the Waze. Even the downshifts, right?
Yeah. Oh, damn ganas, I'm so happy to see you enjoying it so much.
Yeah, I was wondering how to keep my fuel economy up with Evo and Euro.
Oh.
I've been thinking ways to do it now.
You're still thinking about it, Why?
Yeah.
Why bother? Why would you buy a car like this and think,
Or fuel mileage,
fuel
you know,
efficiency,
just
how are you?
Since 2014, even the Boxster S with the 3.4,
Okay.
it's really quite like, wow! It's really like, oh!
Okay.
And then when I drove this with the 3.8,
This 3.8,
3.8, flat
right?
6 with the Carrera, the 911, right? This is the same engine with the 911 and also the GT4. So it's the sister to the GT4.
But it's the same engine, but as I understand, it's a little bit detuned lah.
Yes, it's a little bit detuned. Which I think is okay because
It's a drop the top. You want to do so much for what?
yeah, you know, it's not something you go to the racetrack with. You want enough power to, you know. So I think it's good enough, you know. I'm not a super fast driver, you know. Just want to enjoy the ride, you know. If you cruise around normally like this, see, it's okay.
It's
like
so nice.
I can talk to you with the roof down.
And the wind, you feel the wind, but it's not
Correct.
too
It doesn't intrude.
obstructing. Yes.
So it's a very well engineered car, and it's a very well constructed car. The purpose is served. It's a car that you drive and enjoy.
I haven't stopped smiling ever since I sat in your car.
I know, right? It's intoxicating. So and the 3 Series give me this smile too, but this one is a bit more fanatical, a bit more maniacal smile, like a crazy man.
So since you got the car, you're still on, I would call it the honeymoon period, where every day you're like, oh, let's see where to drive. Oh, can I drop the top? Oh,
Yeah.
and drive somewhere and get something, just do something so that I can drive.
But I actually don't know that because, you know, it's a car that I've been looking at since 2014. It's haunting me. And I had the opportunity to snag up a 911 before in 2017. I said, oh, well, Thomas, do the logical move. Spend money on investments, you know, and I think...
But wouldn't you say that's the logical move?
It is a logical move, and I'm happy I did it. But you know, it comes to a point that you gotta say, hey, you know, like, you know, when do you give yourself a reward, right? And although not to say reward, but are you going to keep like holding yourself back from actually enjoying life?
Yes.
Okay, it looks like it's gonna rain.
I want to see how scared you get.
I get pretty scared because this red interior doesn't look like it's gonna tahan in the rain. Okay, let's just go.
Face.
Let's
enjoying this. If you don't mind me asking, and it's perfectly fine if you don't want to answer, how much you got this car for?
600.
600.
Yes. Yeah, 600.
So how did you manage to afford this car at your age?
At my age,
I know his age because he sent me his IC for Evo Edition.
Oh, thanks. How do I afford to buy this car at this age? Actually, cars are one of the reasons why I decided to take the riskier path to be an entrepreneur.
Okay. What do you do?
I was a hotelier, you know, studied hotel school like you.
Oh really? You came out and you like, I want to be a hotelier.
No, my dad I just couldn't, I didn't do well in my A-level, so...
You were the typical,
naughty boy. So my dad say, you know, what do you like? I say I like cooking, I like talking to people. I say, why don't you be a hotelier? So he sent me to Switzerland.
Okay.
So I work in a hotel. I mean, I'm blessed that I got a good job there. I got promoted very quickly, but you know...
So you were working in Switzerland for a while?
No, I worked in KL.
Ah, okay.
I worked in KL, so I was working in the Shangri-La Group.
Okay.
Yeah, and I quit my job to go and do direct selling. Network marketing.
How is the hotel line in Malaysia? That bad, right?
Okay. I mean, it's okay. I mean, how do I say? You gotta just adjust to the local, like who you're serving. That's kind of what it is.
But what about the pay? How is
not very high, you know. But again, you must understand it's not like banks, you know. Like for example, you have very high revenue and very little staff. And here you have a lot of staff for the same, like say the revenue. You have to share more of stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not fantastic, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, cars are the one that got me out and you know to say, you know, I for me, right. Again, it's choice. Okay, I'm not advocating for everybody. Yes. I'm saying that if this is something that you want, you know, and I think a lot of people tend to like sort of like don't audit their beliefs. If something is not possible, we gotta audit our beliefs rather than trying to adjust the world to fit our belief, right? So we spend your time to audit. Say, is my belief limiting me from getting what I want? Correct? And it's crazy because your belief system works 24 hours a day. Even in your sleep, sometimes you have dreams based on your belief system.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy how much your mind can really affect everything that's
correct.
around you.
Correct. So I spend a lot of time in the morning. I think journaling is such a big deal in my life. So a lot of things contributed to it. I know self-awareness, going to personal development courses and reading books and stuff. But I'm a big believer that if you decide this is it, yes, a part of you will say it's impossible. But you have to audit who is saying impossible. The person in you that is truly creative, unlimited, like a kid, that life is magical, or the other person that's learned to pick up societal norms, right? Yeah. And I'm still doing that today. Like before I bought this car, I know people say, oh, don't buy a sports car, don't do this, don't do that, right? And you got to realize that there's this.
You're not living for them.
Yes, you have a housemate. You have a housemate in your brain, right? In your mind, there's a housemate. There's you and there's a housemate. But if you don't recognize it's your housemate, you think that's you talking. Okay?
That's
your housemate is only
nice
interested in one thing: is to keep you safe. That's what your housemate's interests are. Okay? It's not a bad thing, but in the end of the day, it's like what Bing said earlier. You gotta decide. If you decide this is what you want to do, what's next is, okay, this is what I want. Then the next thing is what I gotta do. Without any drama, you know, figure out. Just say, okay, if I can't get to this amount of money with this job or this business, okay, how do I do? How to be creative? In fact, I think that's a hallmark of a great entrepreneur. You know, Bobby, you know, the guys in Horizon. I want as well. As long as there is a way, right, and you're willing to work towards it, even if you don't know how to do it, it's fine. You know, as long as you believe there is a way. If you believe there's a way, then your subconscious mind, your whole beingness will start.
You direct yourself towards that type of mindset, and then you find ways to how do I do this? And then it's just step after step after step.
Even if you don't know the next step, right? But because you're looking for it, you believe it's possible. It's like, for example, if you believe that Malaysia got Porsche, you will keep, when you drive around the road, you will find Porsches.
Yes.
But somebody say, oh, Malaysian people are poor, there's no such thing. You know, even the Porsche fly in front of you, you wouldn't recognize it because you'll be looking at all the beat up old cars and stuff like that. So it's, and that's what I meant about it. Our mind can be a tool for you, or you can be a slave. You can be a slave to your belief system. Yes. So I guess if you ask me like how did I arrive to this, you know, I guess like I come from a family that are entrepreneurs and investors as well, and I look around and I think like, well, what's the difference between that? It's just the way perspective is everything, you know. And
so you said you did direct selling in what?
Oh, so there's this product called Kangen water. Heard of it? No. Oh, okay. It's a medical device. It's an ionizer, but it's in your home. It produces water that keeps you healthy. So there's antioxidants in the water, which is fantastic. That is alkaline and stuff like that. So I built that business in Malaysia first. Did pretty okay. Then I went to build it in India. That's how I slowly built.
That's how I afford my Porsche Boxster Spyder.
Yes. But of course, also like proper money management. Because there were years that I made good money, and then I didn't manage my money well, and then end of the year it's like, hey, where's my money? Dude, where's my money? Not dude, where's my car, right? So I got a few lessons lah, you know, to learn.
Of course.
Everything's a stepping stone.
Yes.
You know? But as long as you believe that it's possible one day.
Yes.
And
I think we ourselves, we have to be our main cheerleader. We have to know we are the most critical person in our own lives.
Yes.
We criticize ourselves so much. We
have a PhD in that, don't worry, we're really good at it.
Yeah.
Your housemate is very good at it.
It's so bad, you know. It's so bad.
I have to stop this conversation for advertisement, which is this. Oh my god! Okay, back to our conversation. How is this legal? It should be illegal. It's like a dopamine shot. Like, oh. You know what? You have a bad day. You drive this car.
Yes.
Here is a reminder, and that's why I think not just this car. I think for car guys like this, and even it can be a Myvi.
Yeah.
It can be a Sentra, whatever it is. As long as it gives you joy, right?
Yes.
It's so important to surround your life with things that give you joy. Truly, not what people think, what you think.
Yes.
So that you know you're reminded that.
He's driving damn slow now, by the way. From that, then he like
60, 40, oh. Yeah, but I just wanted to say that, yeah, I think it's important that we audit, like, what do we do? What do we buy? Are we buying for other people or doing for ourselves? You know, and give yourself that joy, right? You know, because life can be tough sometimes, let's be honest, but, you know, but when you're surrounded with things that give you joy, good friends, good relationship, you know, good company, good food, whatever lah, you know, or good things that give you joy, then you have the flip side, which is, actually life is good.
It's
right?
all about perspective lah.
Perspective.
And you need to know when to cut out people that just serve you no purpose anymore.
Yeah, and it's not like you're cutting out because you hate them, but at the end of the day, it's like you live your life. You got one life at this. And life can be equally as joyful or can be painful, you know. Depends how you want to choose it lah. You will experience pain, but you know, suffering is an option, right? You know.
Yep.
You can have all the good things in life, but you cannot experience joy too. I know there are people who are extremely wealthy. I know people in network marketing, they're so wealthy, but they're miserable because they can have so many good things in life, but they don't choose joy.
That's true.
You know, so for some people, joy is going back home and having dinner with mom, right?
Yes.
Right. So some people is driving a Boxster Spyder like me.
Screw mom, I didn't want to drive.
Oh no! Okay, mom, that's not you, mom. I love you, mom. You know, my mom doesn't cook a lot, but my mom will shower me with a lot of hugs and kisses. And the hardest thing about perspective is people say, oh, perspective is nice and cool. The difficult part of perspective is you have to challenge your perspective, which in return some people feel is very painful. Oh, I believe this my whole life. Suddenly someone comes in and challenges my perspective. If worse still, you are challenging your perspective. It's like, well, I have to break down all my glass wall and stuff. So yes, the difficult part about changing perspective is that you gotta let go of your perspective, right? And said every day is a constant let go, because new perspective, it serves you let it go again, you let it go again. Nothing in life is permanent.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And I just want to touch upon what you say about perspective, because I feel it's linked to judgment, and a lot of people are too judgy nowadays, especially on social media. I think we just have to sometimes take a step back and really look at what is being put out there on social media, because everything is just so easy. For example, this video, it could be one take, it could be him saying his whole story, and I could just cut bits and pieces to make him look like a bad guy if I really wanted. So we really have to just take a step back and just not judge and just think, where is this person coming from? What is this person trying to say? Because there's something that he mentioned which actually got us talking. You mentioned something in the Evo and Euro group. So it was a video, a very simple video which created a whole forum in our chat. It's a very simple video. And he said, guys, at the end of the day, you just have to know everyone is just trying their level best. They're just doing their best. So if someone is scolding you, maybe they really had a very bad day and they're just doing their best to just, these are my emotions, this is the best that I can do, I can scold. Even though we feel, hey, you're being very irrational.
That is their best already.
Yes, that is their best. And I would like to say, this guy is a sweetheart. I just spoke to him about that and we just talked, and he was like, hey Bing, give me your address, I want to send you a book. And I'm like,
I believe education is one of the most valuable thing in life. You know, I know it's cliche, right? But it's not. It's not, because it gives you perspective.
Yes.
It gives you perspective, you know, and I think everyone's doing their best they can, and I think that's the ultimate level of compassion, isn't it? You know, compassion is that you're doing your best, so am I, and it's also for yourself. Sometimes you screw up, you F up something, you say something wrong to a loved one.
Yes.
You're doing your best.
And there's so many levels. It's not just, oh, that day was good. There's so many levels to it. It's my childhood, how was I brought up? Was I in a loving family? Was I not? Did that contribute to how I am today? There's just so many levels to it.
I think that if someone takes so much time to craft a message and to say something about you bad and judge you and this and that, it tells you a lot about what's happening in their life.
Yes.
If they take so much time to do it, right? You know, because you must understand, for them it's significant. It's important for them to do this. Now, if you go in and join them, you're making it significant for you too, right? So how do you deal with it? You know, either you ignore, can also, or you can also deal with it with compassion and say they're doing their best. The moment we choose to participate with someone's, you know, negativity, you know, you are participating, so you already inherit that part of negativity.
Yes.
Right? So someone sling like shit at you, you can either clean yourself out of the shit, or you can take the shit and throw back, then your hands get shitty as well.
Correct. Yeah. It's like last time my family used to say, imagine if everyone was sitting in a circle. I hit you, you hit the next person, you hit the next person, and then it just keeps going on. It just takes one person to say, no, I don't want to continue hitting the next person.
Correct.
And it stops there.
Correct.
That's how it stops.
Right.
Nice to hear about your story, Thomas.
Thank you. Of course, let me be frank. No, it's not easy. Okay, I'm gonna say, oh, you just join direct selling and network marketing and make money.
I think
I have so many nights I couldn't pay my bills before. But life is bittersweet, isn't it? If you don't know the bitter, you don't know the sweet. So yes, everything takes time.
Yes.
You know, and just
don't expect to earn your million overnight, lah.
Yes. Everything worthwhile takes time. Right? Everything worthwhile takes time.
It's like courting a girl or courting a guy.
Oh.
It's true. Imagine the effort, you know. Like sometimes they tell,
this one caught me in 1 second. This car. Sienna caught me in 1 second.
No, but the thing is, you've worked. Before that, you've worked so hard. If it caught you and you're financially incapable of buying it, you still can't.
Correct.
And because you had that idea, Boxster S. You always wanted Boxster S, so you're like, okay, I need to sell.
Actually, I got the
Boxster
Boxster S with the PYDER. Boxster Spyder.
Yeah. So you've been working towards it, and then when the Boxster Spyder came, you can afford it.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, I was going to buy my C43, and then I also had a slew of like issues with my previous business, my trading business. So I lost a lot of money there as well. But just, you know, being creative, being optimistic, you know, and say I can be a victim and say, oh, this shit happened to me and I have no money anymore. Or you can just be creative, work a little bit harder, use your brain, you know, you can figure things out.
Thank you so much, Thomas. It's been a pleasure. And welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Welcome to the team.
I'm so excited with Horizon. For me, it's also like that's another dream come true for me. You know, to think that, you know, I can talk about cars and have fun doing it as well. And you know, I want to use my channel to inspire people, not only just for cars, but also like entrepreneurism, aspiring entrepreneurs, you know, financial tips, money tips, and making it fun.
How much money do you have in the bank when you decided you wanted to become an entrepreneur?
Probably 6,000 ringgit.
No, it's
Probably
just
less.
to inspire people. You know,
Yeah.
like even for me, I'm like, no, I need at least this much. I need to pay this. I need to pay that. And even for me, I have that. Wow, what if? And there are so many what ifs. And then you put yourself in all these situations that
Correct.
have never happened before, and you're creating all this worriness.
That's your best friend in the hospital. I know people who start with nothing, and they made it. You know, I know one of my current team member, my staff in my company who's doing the video production and editing. She has a candle business. She sells candles online while she was working full time in my training business. And she doesn't even have a website because we need a website to sell online. She only has an Instagram handle, and she's pushing out. She's hiring people. You know, who says you need to have a full time? You need to be full time in the business? No, you don't need to. Part time, you can make it. You can make it in part time. It's again, it's always perspective, right? You know, again, we just audit lah. Audit. What are you thinking? Who's saying this? You know, so on and so forth. You know, everyone. You know that you don't need money to have a great idea. To have a great business.
Yeah, there's a saying that everyone had $1 million idea once,
Yeah.
just didn't act upon it.
Yeah.